there, Tanya Roof, meetings together. So site management, we are out of domain G, yay! And into site management, which is one of my favorites because I've been a third-party meeting planner forever, almost my entire life it seems. So site management is a fun domain for me, again, because it's my history, but hopefully you enjoyed it as well. Site management is the second largest domain underneath domain G. So we really want to make sure that we're paying attention and learning all the information inside of this domain. So let's go ahead and jump into site management. I'm going to put the camera off there. Okay, 21 questions from the exam come from this domain. So skill 20 was mostly about the different types of event venues and accessibility. So let's focus on the different types of event venues for your meeting and event. On the left here, we have convention centers, conference centers, hotels, resorts, cruise ships, college, universities, and non-traditional venues. So you need to know the difference and what makes each of these special. So why would you select a certain venue type over another based on your goals and objectives of your event? That's what you really want to take away. We all know what a hotel is. Okay, a hotel is meeting space. A convention center is really large. So yes, you want to know what makes each of these special. But the key thing again is that you know why an event professional would pick a specific type of venue based on a specific goal and objective for that event. So if your meeting goal and objective was to have an event that was mostly for team building, for C-level executives that bring family members, what kind of venue would you look at? So again, probably to me, I jump right to resorts. That would be mine, but I could put up an argument for a cruise ship, because if the group is large enough, you could buy out the whole cruise ship, and that would facilitate enough space to do your meeting and then have your families enjoying cruise ship activities. Resorts is probably the better answer, but again, so no, you're not going to have your this type of event at a college or university. So again, knowing the different venue types and what makes each special and what the difference is between a conference center and a convention center, and why you would select that venue type. So, and then identify and inspect site selection criteria. So you want to prioritize your stakeholder wants, right? So our goals and objectives always point towards the stakeholder. What are they getting out of it? What's most important to them? Is it date availability? Is it pattern? So know what your stakeholders, and again, there could be multiple stakeholders. So you might be working with a couple different things that you need to prioritize if you have multiple stakeholders. Structure your RFP to the type of venue. So again, when you compare a resort to a cruise ship to a college, you're not really comparing apples to apples, right? So you need to make sure that your RFP is structured to the type of venue, but then you also need to make sure you have your checklist and everything that you're comparing, which is the next one down, the next check mark down, that you're comparing apples to apples when you're looking at the different venue types. So you always want to make sure you're asking the right questions and really digging into what all the details are, like with your conference center that's offering a CMP package that includes food, beverage, AV, and all of that. You can't really compare that to a hotel room rate, and then everything else being a la carte, because you're not comparing apples to apples there. So, and then rate the venues based on dates, rates, space, rooms, and other capabilities or constraints. And then lastly, site plan best practices, build in flexibility for adjustments. We always need to be flexible, but all of us event professionals, we've got that down for sure, right? Have a contingency plan. This is your plan B backup. And then once site design is completed, review with the stakeholders. They could offer options to enhance the event. A lot of times when people aren't inside the event planning, they have other ideas that they can bring to the table because they're not so like zoned in and focused and in their lane. They can definitely offer some other options. So definitely make sure that you review with your stakeholders and listen to their opinions that they can bring to the table. Separate meetings scheduled for each supplier. Changes can occur while working on site, so you want to make sure that wall changes, that you have a plan in place for when changes occur and who they're going to be communicated to and in what fashion. And only a few people should be on site, should have the authority to make those changes. You don't want too many cooks in the kitchen. All right, so that's mostly about skill 20 and 21. Again, this is from the EIC's international standards. So select site. We need to know how to do a complete needs assessment using event design to determine site specifications. Identify and inspect sites based on event design and according to selection criteria. So again, basically picking the site that goes along with what is going to meet the needs of your stakeholders and the goals and objectives of that particular event. And then design site layout, develop site maps and floor plans according to event design and requirements to achieve goals and objectives. So we're going to get a little bit more into site infrastructure and attendee profile and things like that in actually, you know, that was 2021. You know, knowing your attendee profile, you want to make sure that that you know your expectations, if you have the same attendees that are coming each time, that you know their expectations and that you're meeting their needs as well. And then designing the site maps and floor plans according to event design. Make sure that you take into account and get all of your CAD drawings and things like that. So lots of stuff about site infrastructure and really just knowing the sites and the different destination management companies, CVB, things like that. So, okay, we're going to wrap up week 11. We had skill 20 and 21. Then chapter 6 and PMM, then your glossary terms, domain and glossary term quizzes, and then next week. So we're going to finish up site management for next week. And it is just going to be, sorry about that, I thought I had it already queued up and ready, 22 and 23. So a half hour for the videos, for each of those videos, and a half hour for reading. So another great short week for next week. And that's it for site management for this week. Hope you're having a great day. Take care. Keep taking those small steps forward that are going to move you forward towards the better version of you. Have a great day. Bye.